Now we will kick off our county government segment with Greenwood County Councilwoman Edith Childs of District 1. Councilwoman Edith Childs, you may begin with your opening statement.
Well, I'm Edith S. Childs. I have been serving on county council since January 1999, and I have been there for 23 years, 2 months, and about 10 days. And it has been a joy for me to be a servant for the people of this community. There is so much I could tell you that has gone on in District 1, and so much that we have accomplished in District 1. So I won't go into those until you tell me or ask me what you need to ask me. It's just too much to give to you at one time. But I'm just grateful to be a part of this town hall meeting this evening.
So, Councilwoman Childs, how are you currently working to better Greenwood County? Is there any particular task that you're currently working on or the council is working on collectively?
Well, we've had a lot of issues in my district, District 1, and District 1 is a poor district, and a lot of the shootings, a lot of the killings have been in a part of District 1. And what we did a couple of years ago, we began to have community meetings and included entities within the community. And out of that meeting that we had for about 10 months came the Boys and Girls Club. Almost everyone that came to the meeting, at least half of the folks, stressed their interest in having a Boys and Girls Club. And right now, that is a reality. All we need is the support of this community to help the Boys and Girls Club do what it needs to do what it plans to do. Right now, we're really thinking about what our young men were doing. And right now, there are about 25 or 30 young men already in the Boys and Girls Club over at Brewer at the Star 24 Center. So that was one thing, but there has been many things that we've been able to do, but this is our most recent, and I'm just overjoyed as to what the Boys and Girls Club can do and will do in our community.
All right, now I will ask Councilwoman Childs one more question before opening the floor. Councilwoman Childs, you recently voted against a gun range ordinance. Can you explain the rims of this ordinance and why you voted against it?
Well, I just believe that people should have rights. And that was one ordinance that I did not agree with. Because for me, it was surrounded by too many families. People were too close to that shooting range. And that could jeopardize the many people in that community, which is up on Highway 25, up in the Hodges area. It is too close to Highway 25, too close to Dixie Drive, and too close to many areas, right in that little area. And I felt that it was unsafe. And when I don't feel good about a situation, it doesn't matter if I vote by myself, I will vote against it. And that ordinance I was not happy with, and we're going to be working with our attorney and with planning and zoning to get some things changed in that very ordinance.
Another question is, this Saturday, you actually have a cleanup initiative going on in District 1, right?
Yes.
And is this cleanup initiative in Greenwood County, does it have any correlation with the deterrence of crime and to attract new businesses?
Yes, because we have so many complaints from people who live in the community and people who comes into the community complaining about all the trash they see on the roadside. And that is true. And I don't know why we just can't hold our trash and take it home to our own trash can or leave it in the car, leave it wherever. But we chose to throw it out. Hey, but what needs to happen though, you need to realize that one of these days you're going to be driving and you're going to throw something out, and you're going to have an unmarked car behind you, and you're going to get charged. And I can tell you that from experience. And I was less than a mile from home. And normally I don't throw stuff out my car. But I decided to throw a Sprite can out the window. When I threw the can out, my hand came back in the window, and the blue light was on before I could get my arm back in the car. Okay? And I got charged $75. And that's been a while. But until people be punished for their litter, then that's when they will stop. And there are a lot of efforts going on with this right now. There are cameras in Greenwood. And I'm not going to tell you where, but that camera is good. It picks up the color of your car. And when you drive off, it picks up your tag number. So you can't say that you didn't do it because they will have the proof. But the cleanup is nothing new to me. Back in 2004, we started with our first cleanup, and that cleanup was over on Gage Street, and the next was on Bird Street. So we have been cleaning all the time. And sometimes when you do that, people kind of get relaxed and they, oh, I've done my share. No, your share hadn't been completed yet. You do it until you get finished cleaning up, you know? But anyway, that's what happened with that.
Yes, ma'am. And one concluding question from the audience is, what advice would you give to young advocates as far as getting civically engaged in the Greenwood community and abroad?
Well, I'll tell you what we did for our children. We were already involved in the community, and our children grew up volunteering in the community with rallies and with marches and with protests and in school and out of school. So then our children became so involved that they began to know and realize what was right and what was wrong. And all you have to do is get involved in something in your community. I mean, it may be just something that you want to do yourself. You may walk around your neighborhood and you see that it's not as clean as it should be. You may want to get you a pair of gloves and get you a trash bag and begin to pick up trash. Those kind of things. There may be a senior in your neighborhood who you know have very little family in Greenwood that you may want to go and ask, is there something that you can help them do? It's so important. Volunteering is important. And you can't be paid for everything you do. And that's why you need to start at an early age, volunteer your time to serve your community.
Thank you, Councilwoman Childs, for participating in our town hall this evening. Now
You're welcome. Are you finished?
Yes, ma'am.
We are.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Okay. Thank you all so much for having me. And I hope that I've said something to someone that would encourage them to do more. And if anyone needs to call me, they can call me tonight on my number, 864-227-9511. Or you can call me on my cell that I'm on right now. It's 993-3365. And we can talk about some things that you may enjoy doing or may want to do in this community. And there's a lot to do.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.